Whoa, Dave, it's me, Dan.
Well, obviously. How can I help you, Dan?
I need a new car. Nice
Not that
one.
kind of help.
What are you doing?
I'm writing for our new big series, Discovery.
Fantastic. What's my role? Do I get a funny joke like, why can you tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish?
No, you're not actually in this one. Yeah, we've got to get a bunch of students helping out, so we don't need you.
For a moment there, I thought you said you don't actually need me, which would be preposterous.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Oh, but I need this. I need to do something. I need to be involved. I need something to do.
Well, I do need someone to organise catering.
Not a good idea. Remember last time?
Good point. Okay, how about sound recorder? Script assistant? Makeup? Camera operator? Well, I do need someone to make the title sequences.
Yes, it's me! I've always wanted to make movies. I can see it now. In a world full of calamity, in a suburb full of confusion, there was a turtle named Jeffrey.
On second thoughts, I really don't think
No, it'll be great, it'll be fantastic, it'll be the best, I promise.
Well, only if you can guarantee me that nothing ever goes... This can only end badly. Okay, everybody listening up, let's get started. Now, today, Dan made a bit of an intro video, so let's watch it, shall we?
2, 3. Big HQ presents Discovery, Part 1, Paradise Lost. Imagine living in a world where you've lost paradise. Where was it? Who had it last? I know you gave it to me, but I gave it back to you. Who did you give it to? Dale? Don't tell me you gave it to Dale. Dale loses everything. What can we do?
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Starring funny man Dan, that's me, in his most awesome role yet as a chocolate-covered hot dog.
Well, Dan was right about one thing. Today's big idea is Paradise Lost. Why don't you tell us the big point?
Okay, the big point is sin separates us from God, but Jesus is the answer.
So we are going to explore the very beginning of time and try to understand God and just what his purpose is for us.
That seems like a pretty big task. Going back to the beginning of time?
Imagine paradise. Beautiful, untouched perfection. Colourful flowers springing up everywhere. Peaceful blue skies stretching as far as the eye can see. It's a place of no fear, no sorrow, no shame. It's a place of your best dream where life sparkles. This is the scene God painted in the beginning. It is paradise created by God for humans to enjoy.
Sounds amazing.
We know it from the book of Genesis as the Garden of Eden.
And that's where Adam and Eve lived, right?
Correct. The account was written maybe 4,000 years ago in a very different world than the one we live in now. Let's read about it in Genesis.
Genesis 2, verses 8 and 9. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
And here is 2 verse 15. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it.
God planted paradise and then gave it to people because he loved them and wanted to share paradise with them.
Imagine walking with God. That would be amazing, just walking and chatting with the creator of the universe.
I know, amazing, hey? But look what it says in chapter 3. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" Okay, so what has happened in this short time to make the man hide from God?
It must have been something really bad.
Well, we find out in Genesis 2:16, the Lord commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will certainly die."
Then later in Genesis 3:6, When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. They ate the fruit God asked them not to.
Yep, they threw paradise away for a munch on some fruit. And there we have it, paradise lost. The man and the woman were separated from God and banished from the garden.
That seems a bit serious to do that over a bit of fruit.
Look, it wasn't really about the fruit. It was that they had chosen to do what God had asked them not to do. They didn't listen to God who loved them and given them everything. They went their own way instead of God's way, and this is disobedience. This is the big problem with all of us. We are now all born with this disobedience in us, this sin.
And is that why God banned them from the garden?
Yep. God wasn't simply being mean. He knows how much disobedience can hurt us and cause us pain, and that's why he takes it so seriously.
So my first question, what is God described like?
Well, he's powerful. He created the universe.
And he's very organised. He set up the day and night, the sun and the moon, and put the whole world in order.
I think the most important thing is that he is loving towards us, giving us human special treatment out of all he has created, and letting us be friends with him.
This is great. Also, one of the big things is his holiness. God is so good, there is nothing bad in him. He is perfect. He is holy. God made Adam and Eve like that in paradise, perfect, with nothing bad in them. But the moment you put in a drop of disobedience, a drop of anger, a drop of hate into perfection, it affects everything. Perfection is no longer perfect. It's ruined.
And that's what happened to Adam and Eve. And that's why God hates even a drop of disobedience. He knows how much it ruins us.
I guess it's not like you can be a little bit holy. You're either holy or not holy.
Yeah, you're either truthful or not truthful. You're either smelly or clean. There's no in between.
How is the